In this video, I am gonna cover the 10 minor signs before Qiyamah. Number 1. Competing in tall buildings. The Prophet Muhammad predicted that a time would come when people who used to be poor, barefooted sheep herders would suddenly become very wealthy. Instead of using that money for simple things, they would start showing off by trying to build the tallest buildings in the world. And unfortunately, this is happening all around us. Qatar has Lusail Towers, Dubai's Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, and now Saudi trying to compete with Dubai by building the Jeddah Tower, which is designed to be the first building to surpass 1,000 meters. Second one is time passing rapidly. This is very common, which I think we all experience. Rasulullah peace be upon him said, "The hour will not be established until time passes rapidly. Contracts, such that a year is like a month is like a week is like a day is like an hour is like the flicker of a flame." Time has lost its value. Time is passing very rapidly. 2024 still sounds new, but we are living in 2026. Number 3 is widespread music and singers, and this fact cannot be denied. Music is everywhere and every time they're in our pockets. Parties are empty and morning walks are boring for us without music. Isn't it? Music was once rare, mostly on festivals and special occasions, but now music is in our pocket 24/7. Number 4 is the deserts of Arabia turning green. The Prophet peace be upon him said, "The last hour will not come until the land of Arabia returns to being meadows and rivers." Prophet Muhammad is not talking about future but talking about the time we are living in. Yes, that time is here already. You must have heard of the massive Saudi Green Initiative, the $180 billion project that is the definition of crystal clear evidence. The mission is to plant 10 billion trees across the desert and turn a territory the size of a continent into a lush forest. But what most people don't realize is that this isn't just a modern climate project. 1,400 years ago, the Prophet Muhammad knew it. For centuries, this seemed impossible. But today, with cloud seeding and billions of trees, we are watching the desert literally turn green before our eyes. The mission of man is accidentally fulfilling the prophecy of the messenger. Think about this. If you had to leave $1,000 in cash with your best friend today as an amanat, a trust, for a month, would you 100% trust that it would be returned untouched? For most of us, the answer is a hesitant no. Even with friends, we feel we need contracts, witnesses, or digital receipts. This crisis of trust is the exact reality Rasulullah warned us about 1,400 years ago. He told us that the hour would not come until trust is wasted. When his companions asked how it would be wasted, he gave a chilling answer: when authority and responsibility are given to those who don't deserve it. Look around you. We see it in our leaders, our influences, and even our personal circles. We live in an era where the liar is believed and the truth-teller is silenced. This isn't just a modern problem, it's crystal clear evidence of a prophecy unfolding. When you can no longer find a person to trust with your wealth or your words, you know the time is near. 6th is frequent sudden deaths. Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him said, "Among the signs of the hour is that sudden death will become prominent." Believe it or not, every single minute, approximately 105 to 120 people take their last breath somewhere in the world. Yes, and this is the time Prophet was talking about 1,400 years ago. In today's world, death has become very cruel. It doesn't care about your age, your family, or your situation. It just knows how to attack. Look at your watch. 1, 2, and just like that, 2 more people have left this world forever. Yes, death has become that common. You might have seen it in your own feed, someone healthy, someone young, someone with their whole life ahead of them, gone in an instant. It's a chilling reminder that your next minute isn't guaranteed. Never delay your prayers. Never push your worship to tomorrow. You don't know which second death will come and attack you. When it happens, there is no pause button and no second chance. Don't let your story end with, "I was going to start tomorrow." Turn back to him now, while you still have the breath to say Subhanallah. But the best part is you are alive and you can start right now. Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him said, "A group of my ummah will surely drink wine, calling it by another name." In the time of the Prophet Muhammad, drinking alcohol wasn't just a sin, it was a crime against the soul and the community. The punishment for being caught was 40 lashes, administered with palm branches and even the shoes of the believers. It was a firm deterrent to protect the mind and the heart. But look at the world we live in now. What used to be punished with 40 lashes is now openly consumed, celebrated, and even glorified. Parties are empty without it. It's in our music, it's on our billboards. Today, they don't say, "I'm going to drink wine." They say, "I'm having an aperitif," or "let's get some cocktails." They use these fancy, clean-sounding names to mask the fact that they are consuming the very same intoxicants that were predicted to be called with different names. Prophet Muhammad also said, "Alcohol is the mother of all evils and the most shameful of sins." Yes, and unfortunately today's it's all around. The earth has started to tremble in a way we've never seen before. From the heart of Turkey to the mountains of Morocco, and from the islands of Japan to the depths of the oceans, the planet is shaking with a frequency that is defying modern history. These sudden and terrifying earthquakes mark the awakening of a final warning. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The hour will not be established until earthquakes increase in frequency." What used to be a once-in-a-generation disaster is now a regular headline. Data from the USGS shows that we now detect nearly 20,000 earthquakes every year. That's about 55 every single day. In just the last few years, we've seen, once-in-a-lifetime, tremors hit Turkey, Syria, Morocco, and Afghanistan, all within a tiny window of time. Scientists call it seismic clustering, but 1,400 years ago, Rasulullah, peace be upon him, called it a sign of the hour. We live in a world where you can buy a product from a different continent with a single tap on your phone. You don't need to travel for months. The market is literally in your pocket. This is the mission of global e-commerce, and it is providing crystal clear evidence. The Prophet Muhammad prophesied that near the end of time, markets will draw near to one another. Think about what that means. For centuries, markets were distant, separate, and hard to reach. But today, because of the internet, airplanes, and 24/7 shopping apps, the entire world has merged into one giant marketplace. You can see the price of gold in Tokyo while standing in a village in Africa. The closeness of the markets was a sign he gave us to show the world is shrinking. When the whole world becomes a shop, remember, don't sell your soul for a price. The most important transaction you will ever make is with your Creator. Don't let the closeness of the world make you distant from your Akira. When you walk into a modern masjid today, what do you see? You see gold-plated domes, massive crystal chandeliers, and intricate marble carvings that look like they belong in a king's palace. We call it honoring the house of Allah, but it is providing crystal clear evidence. The mission of modern architecture is to build the most beautiful structures in history, but 1,400 years ago, Rasulullah saw this coming. He didn't see it as a celebration, he saw it as a countdown. He prophesied, "The hour will not be established until people compete with one another in decorating mosques." Think about that word, compete. We see nations spending hundreds of millions to have the grandest, or most decorated, masjid. We have the softest carpets, the coldest AC, and the most expensive lights, but the rows inside are often empty. The Sahaba warned us, "You will decorate your mosques as the Jews and Christians decorated their places of worship." They knew that when the focus shifts from the sincerity of the prayer to the beauty of the walls, the heart is in danger. We are building palaces for the body, but are we building homes for the soul? When the mosque becomes a museum for tourists instead of a sanctuary for believers, remember the prophecy. Don't let the gold on the ceiling distract you from the darkness in your heart. The maps are changing, the water is vanishing, and the world's most ancient river is turning into a graveyard of sand. This isn't just a climate crisis. It is the drying of the Euphrates, and it is fulfilling a prophecy. He warned us, "The hour will not come until the Euphrates dries up and reveals a mountain of gold." Recent studies from NASA's GRACE mission and the World Resources Institute show that the Tigris-Euphrates basin is losing groundwater faster than almost anywhere else on Earth, not a coincidence but a sign. The Euphrates must dry up. And when it does, it won't just leave behind sand, it will reveal a mountain of gold. Imagine the chaos. In a world starving for resources, a literal mountain of treasure appears in the middle of a dry desert. The prophet warned that this gold will trigger the most brutal war in human history. He said, 99 out of every 100 people who fight for it will be killed. Every single person will go into that battle thinking, maybe I am the one who will survive. But the math is clear, 99% will perish. This is why he gave a direct command to the believers. Whoever is present at that time should not take anything from it. Not a single coin, not a single gram. That time is not far away. Every single day, we are getting closer and closer. Like and share to push this video to more people. It might open someone's eyes, and inshallah you and I will get reward for it. Subscribe for more Islamic reminders and tell me in the comment section if you want part 2.